Okay, this is the second attempt at recording a video at 30 frames per second. For some reason, I did not get the EGO turned on or started recording, you know. So we get to start over. And I'd already talked for about, I don't know, that's how I realized it wasn't on. I went to check how long I'd been shooting video, and it was off. So I have no idea what happened. So where was I? God, I hate to repeat myself. But what we're doing here is we're checking to see if this EGO is going to overheat and turn off when you're shooting at 30 frames per second. And it says right on it here that on the screen that it's shooting 30 frames per second, 1/120th of a second. So that'd be, I think, what you call sports mode. And the theory is that it will not overheat if you shoot at 30 frames per second. But what I'm worried about, and I have nothing to use to show that, but strobing. I guess I could wave at you in my window. Here, and that's another thing. You know, I had trouble seeing this screen in the sun. So I didn't know for sure if you could see me in my window. There I am. You can see me. So I guess I could wave my hand to check for strobing, and what I'm hoping is, can you see that good enough? What I'm hoping for is at this shutter speed, you'll see some motion blur, which I'd rather have that than strobing, you know what I mean? But that obviously is not enough. Let's check this window. Can you see me better? Here we go. There we go. There's my hand waving. Okay. We got enough motion blur or strobing? Is it strobing? We don't know. It'd be better if we had something that would move. And there happens to be a policeman parked right over there in the shade. Probably can't see him. Or it could be a her. Do you say it? No. Here comes another car. Okay. Okay, we can see if this is going to work. Oh, I even got a wave. That was another car. Not a policeman, or not a police person. A cop. Can I just say cop? That was not a cop. Well, it could be a cop driving a civilian car, I guess. Probably not likely. Trying to remember what I started talking about in my video that when the camera was not running. I think I started You know, we talked about bark, the interesting bark on these trees. And this is a interesting tree with no bark. See what I'm saying? No bark. And I'd show you the leaves, but if you tilt this camera up or down, it goes out of focus. At least it's cool out here so far, but we got another heat wave coming. Big time heat wave coming. Starting tomorrow or the next day. Well, since I've already been recording with a first attempt when the camera wasn't even on, and then now I've been recording for 6 minutes, over 6 minutes with this time, with this recording. I'm already wore out. Let's just go over here in the shade and sit or something. Nice shady spot, yeah. Okay. More weird bark. That's kind of like no bark. Another version of no bark. Different tree than that other one though, that has no bark at all. Man, seems like this is taking forever, doesn't it? I guess, you know, if we're going to move the gimbal or the camera like this, and the gimbal, if it's going to strobe, it would strobe doing that too, right? So we can, you know, check this 30 frames per second gag, which I don't have my hopes up for. I just don't think I'm going to be happy with it because I like shooting things that are moving. This is one of the quietest parks, unless you got horses trotting around in here, which there are none. Oh, here's another vehicle. He's parking in the shade, and he's behind that. The tree's got him blocked. Can you see him right on the right side of that tree there? Way back there. It is a towing. It's a tow truck. Not sure what company. I can't read it from here. Taking a break. He's taking a break at 11:08 in the morning. Oh, 10 minutes. Well, Doesn't look like it's going to overheat in 10 minutes. So what do you think? Is it strobing when I move the camera back and forth, or is it got enough motion blur to... Don't know. If it doesn't overheat, I'll be tempted to try this again. But somewhere where you got stuff going on, you know, to check the motion blur or the strobing or whatever. Here, let me walk over here and twirl around like an idiot. See if we can get the strobing or the motion blur or whatever to kick in. Whatever happens, right? Faster? You got it. Okay. If I do any more of that, I'm going to get dizzy and fall over. And that's never fun. Never a fun thing to pass out. Of course, I haven't had a drop of alcohol for many years, so I'm not sure what passing out even would be like, unless you pass out from something other than drinking too much alcohol. You know what I mean? Oh, brother, man, it's just like, whoa, what are we doing? 12 minutes and 21, 22, 23, 24 seconds. Whew. Are we going to overheat? Are we going to have motion blur? Are we going to have strobing? So many questions. And so few answers yet. Of course, once I take this video home, or this camera home, and look at the video, we're going to know, because I'm going to upload it to YouTube, kids. Oh yeah. Still on YouTube, or I'm back on YouTube, I should say. I got off there for a while because it was getting weird. A lot of trolls, a lot of bullies and idiots making comments. And for some reason it sort of settled down. Of course, I'm not getting very many views, which is, hello, an indicator of that you're not getting very many views. Quiet, you know, nice and quiet. So I guess I'm making my videos for myself, and for Ulf. Ulf always watches them. You know, Ulf from Sweden. I hope he's cutting firewood, baby, because winter is a-comin' in Sweden. I am seriously bored. Which takes me back to another topic. Who's going to record this long of a video anyway? I mean, I'm doing it right now just to see if the camera's going to overheat, but you wouldn't record a video this long unless you're Renetto or, you know, some vlogger on YouTube who's long-winded and blah, 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 right? I'm definitely interested to see how this looks, because if it doesn't strobe, or if we don't have motion blur, and we're not going to overheat, I don't think. We've been recording for 15 minutes and 44 seconds. When was it overheating before? It overheated after 10 minutes, and it overheated at like 12 minutes and something, didn't it? Shooting full res, full frame, 60 frames per second. So it looks like it's not going to overheat. That's good. That's a good thing. I hope it works, because man, that would be awesome. Why shoot 60 frames per second when you don't need it? Good point, huh? So when would you need 60 frames per second? Maybe never. I think that might be a design flaw with this camera. It's like, why would you want to shoot 60 frames per second? Of course, I'm just assuming this is going to work now. It may be a total fail. If it's a total fail, then I'm going to have to go back to shooting 60 frames per second. Oh man. Well, it kind of looks like it's not going to overheat. And that was the rumor. Shall we go for 20 minutes? Man, that seems like a long time, doesn't it? 20-minute video, are you kidding me? I think the tow truck dude is taking a pee. He's doing the old gag of standing outside of he's got his door open and he's standing outside facing the truck. It's too far away to see if he's peeing, but and I've had somebody. Where was it? It was at a race, I think at one of the NASCAR races at Irwindale. Yeah, that's where it was. I remember now. He got out of his vehicle, and this was as I was walking up, after the race. So I caught him. He walked over to my vehicle, this one right here that you're looking at, and he peed on my tire. It's like, are you kidding me? I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get into a fight, but it's like, pee on your own tire, man. It's like, why would you walk over to somebody else's vehicle and pee on their tire like a frickin' dog? So we're up to 20 minutes, man. We're done. We are done.